Ooh, the AC is blowing cold. Oh, good morning. The hangover day after the 4th. Me and Jacob, it's about 6:15, 6:25 a.m. And it's a nice cool morning. Long weekend, which was really nice. Did some swimming, fireworks, drinking, hanging out. Now we got a whole bunch of dumpsters to pick up and hopefully a whole bunch of dumpsters to get back out. I think between me and Jake, I think we got 12 pickups, and I'm gonna share with you kind of how we're getting through this hangover period, I like to call it. It's when you have those big weekends and you get a lot of dumpsters out and then they all come back all at once. And try to explain to you guys how we are getting a lot more of those dumpsters back out rather than taking them right to the yard after these big weekends. So, all right, let's go. We got a drop off we got to get done right away this morning for a very good customer of ours. Okay, well, we got this one dropped. Guy's doing a roof. Well, we're gonna head to this pickup and we'll talk to you guys about how we're getting these dumpsters back out after being closed for 3 days. So nobody's answered the phone for 3 days. And I have I've been doing kind of an experiment, and maybe it's obvious to some people, but been doing an experiment and it's been helping a lot. Oh, we got another one dropped. And what time is it? 9:42. I'm gonna drop this one off in Docket here. We got a pickup, 15-yard, drop off, and then 2 20-yards. So, in theory, let's see, that would be, I dropped a 20-yard, dropped 2 15s, 3 15s, so we would have picked up 5 and dropped 4 by the end of the day, which hopefully we can get that another 20-yard out. Click on our way, navigate, 26 minutes. When I'm talking about the hangover after these holiday weekends, it's a problem that probably most dumpster companies deal with, and something that we've dealt with basically since we started. On these holiday weekends, on Thursday and Friday, assuming like this year 4th fell on Friday, obviously, so everybody has off work on Friday, including us, and Saturday and Sunday. So you have the long weekend, everybody gets dumpsters for the weekend, and then Monday they all come back. It's just like a whole slew of them go out, and then they all come back all at once. And one thing that we've struggled with is getting those dumpsters back out into rotation efficiently, because the most efficient way to do dumpsters is they never go back to the yard. Well, the problem is, like, for example, me and Jake have, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 pickups today, and in order to be the most efficient, we need to get 10, 11, 12 drop-offs, whatever, so we can get those dumpsters right back out into rotation. Well, that's been really, really difficult until now. With online booking, that's made our lives a lot easier. And what I mean by that, and some people, and God bless you, we used to too, will answer their phones on the 4th of July and Saturday and Sunday, and maybe even drive dumpsters on those. We don't. So our phone on Thursday, in this case, on Thursday at 4 o'clock, we stopped answering the phone. Now, how we have combated this issue
Take the next right onto
is
Van Dyne Road.
really quite simple, but it's something I should have done at least a year ago. And if you guys are doing what I'm doing, good for you, and you probably noticed results. If you're not, you need to change if you're not answering your phone on these weekends. So what we did, and it's so simple, it just seems so simple after the fact, but it took me about a year to do this. On our answering machine, I just push people towards online booking. So anytime after hours or on weekends, or say you're on the phone with another customer and, you know, somebody else is calling, on our answering machine, basically we're just telling people, hey, we're closed, but you can order online. Super simple, just to add to, you know, whatever your voicemail greeting is. And just tell them, hey, we're closed, but if you'd like to schedule a dumpster, go ahead and order online. And I could not believe when we started doing this, the amount of dumpsters that were sold after hours. This doesn't necessarily just apply to holiday weekends. So a lot of these dumpsters that are going back out were actually ordered over the weekend while no one was manning the phones, which is really, really nice. And if you guys aren't doing that, I would highly recommend that you do that.
Continue on County Road N.
The other thing we're pushing for in our ads and stuff like that, obviously we're trying to get people to call, but the other option that we have is just sending them to book online. We're only giving them two options, like in Google Ads, for example. They either call us or they book online. And that's really, really worked. And it's increased our online bookings substantially. And that is, like, I would say, so we did have just general contractors and people, return customers that we work for that scheduled dumpsters for Monday. But I would say probably at least 30-some% of the dumpsters that we're setting today were ordered either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Now that being said, one of the main reasons that I ended up buying more 20-yard dumpsters is because we only allow customers to order online if we have X amount of dumpsters in stock. And a lot of people were not able to order 20-yard dumpsters online because we didn't have very many in stock. So that's another thing that's helped us get more online bookings, is just making sure that we have inventory, which is, I mean, that's obvious. When you're running out of inventory on a regular basis, you need to get more dumpsters. It's simple as that. And that's made a huge, huge difference in our online bookings. Obviously, you cannot do these types of things if you don't have online booking, and that's where Docket comes in. And the online bookings have become a huge part of our business now. I would say probably 25 to 30% of our bookings are online, and a lot of it is even customers that they just don't have to call us. It's kept our call volume down. It makes it a lot easier for the customer to pay and order and do everything online, and it's a lot easier for us if they do. So if you guys don't have Docket, you guys should check that out. There's a link in the description, and they offer, you know, websites that are compatible and allow you to do online booking. And this is a big deal. The other thing, just like not having to deal with the phone on a nice holiday weekend like we just had, having the online booking has really allowed us to step away from that and still get those customers. Because if a customer calls you and you don't answer, and they don't have any option to book with you because you didn't answer, or you don't have online booking, they just go down the list and find somebody who's going to answer. So even though we are not answering, we're giving them the option to book. So they call us and they want a dumpster, they still have that option. And you'd be surprised how well it works. Just a few simple changes and a few, you know, odds and ends that we've changed have made a huge difference in our bookings. So it's really important that you guys are capitalizing on the online booking and those customers, because if you can get them the first time, they generally stay. But that's pretty much the point in the end of today's video. If you guys aren't doing online booking and don't have a software like Docket, I highly recommend it. They're just going to help your business in so many different ways. I can't even begin to explain all of the reasons that the softwares work, but if you guys don't have one and you're thinking about it, I would definitely recommend that you try it. The online booking makes a huge difference. I'm not saying it's 100% necessary, but it gives you a lot more free time and freedom, you know, within your business, especially on like these weekends, to not have to worry about booking people online, or, you know, answering the phone and booking people, or just worrying about what you're missing out on. Days like today are so important because in the past, days like today have been a lot more difficult. You're gonna have more call volume on a day like today, or you might not have any at all. And to have this many pickups and be able to get some of those back out on early in the week just makes everything so much easier and spreads out your workload throughout the week, depending on how you're doing your dumpsters. The other thing is just notifying customers, you know, that we're coming, going, having vehicles moved, and having people be prepared for the pickup or the drop-offs. Just makes all the difference in the world in our efficiency and what we can get done throughout the course of the day. And it's helped us get well over 100 Google reviews because we're doing automated messages to get those. And the software just really helps keep everybody on track, Jake and myself included. It makes such a huge difference. So I highly recommend you guys check out Docket. I know I sound like a broken record, but they're very important to our business. They're very important to this industry. The softwares like Docket have changed the dumpster industry, especially for us smaller haulers. So there's a link down in the description or in the comments for a free demo of Docket, and I highly recommend it. Tell them that I sent you, and we're gonna keep on keeping on. Hopefully we can get some more drop-offs. But yeah, that's it for this video. So leave some comments what you guys think of this, and hopefully I helped you guys out.